Hello and welcome to the Listening Post's unboxing channel on YouTube. Today I'm unboxing Paradigm's Defiance V12. This big daddy of a subwoofer is surprisingly good value and surprisingly feature rich for something that hits such an amazing price performance point. So many of these features are often disregarded. It's wonderful to see something at this price with all of them in spades. Right. Paradigm, Canadian company. Some of their lesser products are now made in conjunction in China. This is one of them. But they're, this is what people have to do to hit such an amazing price and quality point. And the quality assurance is really more important than country of manufacture. And this is a perfect example of something that just sounds amazing. Impossibly good for the money. So well done. Right, let's have a look. Firstly, it's a Defiance V12. Line drawing on one end and a hint to some of the features. This is wireless ready. On the top there's a little attention that basically says stop, open at the bottom. We will do that. With the smaller subwoofers, not a big deal because they're not that big, not that heavy, but as soon as you get past the 10 or 12, follow the instructions, open it at the bottom. We've got another line drawing, bilingual this time, because obviously Canada is often French and English. And then we've got a basic emulation of what's involved and a scan code for product and serial number. So opening it, again, all we're going to do is roll this carefully over and then grab a knife and cut the tape. Opening it, we reveal the first of their accessories. We've got unpacking instructions, a bit of a pamphlet, and then a brochure on the product and how to set it up and get it to go. This has all of the feature sets, so this has an ARC, so you'll see that. It's wireless ready, speaker level input, line input, obviously LFE as well. Good to see a nice comprehensive manual. And then there's a UK power cord, not much good to me. Rolling it over. Again, this is why they recommend it, that you open it from the bottom. Anything of this physical size, you want to be able to lift the box off the product, not the product off the box. Now, what we've got is a situation where the polystyrene remains in the box, and I want that out because on top of that we've got some of the accessories. So there's the empty box. Okay, so pausing for a moment, we're just going to nick these accessories so we can have a quick look. We've got a New Zealand IEC 2-pin power cord. There's one for UK and then there's one for Singapore or the US or something like that. Okay. Then we've got the unit's grill. Now this is a big cardboard box, but of course it's a big grill. This thing is quite a big prestigious subwoofer and by no means small as far as its performance. The grill itself is just protected in a simple plastic bag. Getting access to that is a nice little nick. The grill has Paradigm's logo on the front, and at the back you can see how it's made of MDF and a big scallop out for the main driver. There's 4 good pegs, which of course will go into the sockets on the subwoofer itself. The next step is again to carefully roll the unit over. And then take the last piece of polystyrene off. The holes that you see in the polystyrene beautifully emulate the feet, and as it sort of sits on, it locks the subwoofer in place, ensuring it cannot move in the packaging in transit, and should ensure that it arrives to you in one piece. There's a large oversized bag that's simply taped closed, and a, what do we call that, a poly bag over the top. Rolling it over and onto its feet. The bag comes off and then the final slip of protective paper. Now this is a big subwoofer. It's powered well, it's built well, it's kind of boring in its finish, but then that's what has to be achieved. This is not going to be a glamorous looking subwoofer. It's designed from the ground up to be prestigious in its performance, hence why it's just got a basic black veneer. Sliding it around, you see the huge main driver. I mean, it's huge. It's got a reverse annulus and a huge throw to it. You can see that effortlessly moving. The front panel has the four sockets associated with the grille, an emulation of Paradigm's logo, and it's beautifully bezeled to ensure that the sound enters the room undisturbed by the front face of the subwoofer itself. I'm going to pause for a moment though, and I'm going to show you a couple of things. Firstly, to the bottom. These big feet not only help to secure the subwoofer, but also allow this port to breathe. Port management, air management in general is vital in a subwoofer. When you've got such a big drive unit pushing air, managing that port and ensuring it doesn't chuff or otherwise distort the sound is a difficult process, and Paradigm have perfected it at this price, so it's wonderful to see. The second is these big feet. You can remove them all together, but one of the key features is you can remove easily this little rubber foot, which is self-adhesive, and add large spikes should you choose to. I guess most people at this sort of price performance are probably going to ignore the fact that you can add spikes, but it's a wonderful little feature, and it's great to see that they've added this despite its budget price. Looking at the side again, you just get to see a basic square box, because it's at the back that things really do start to look, look good as far as the feature set. Firstly, we've got Paradigm's wireless module. This is ready. There's an aftermarket accessory pack that Paradigm can provide, which enables you to add a wireless receiver to this. It's powered via the 5-volt USB, and it can slot straight in. It's worth noting you could use an alternative as long as it's powered from 5-volt, but I would be recommending the Paradigm. Across from this we've got a model, Paradigm logo, model, and obviously V12, and a bit of information about it from a compliance perspective. At the top here we've got a funny little switch. It's app versus local. Now this gives a hint as to the other feature set. This can be controlled by DSP, setup and volume via a free downloadable Bluetooth app. Clicking the switch up means that it will go into detection mode. You jump on the app and set any number of different parameters from the free app from the comfort of your living room chair. Should it be set to local, that's where this starts to improve, where we've got the ability to change the volume and the ARC or ARC input for the room and amplification tuning associated with Paradigm's microphone setup. Beneath it is a simple status light. It's tricolour, standby on, all of those things, blinks if there's a real problem. And then you've got the power mode. On means it's always on, and down here at auto means that it will sense the input and go to sleep or standby should there be no signal for a prolonged period of time. There are two RCA inputs beneath that, clearly labelled. We've got a left and a right. Should this be utilised from a stereo preamp, you're going to use both of these. But if you're using it from a theatre amplifier, you're going to use the red one, clearly labelled as LFE in. Emulating that line input, and it's unusual for its price, is speaker input. Now this is via a banana plug to keep it nice and tidy, but these recessed banana sockets enable you to drop tap from the A and B speaker output of a traditional stereo amplifier and utilise the crossover network to best add a little bit of dynamics and punch to a stereo system if required. The back panel is metal, allowing it to be a heatsink for its amplification, and over to this side finally we've got its IEC power input. So there we have it. Paradigm's V12, about 250 watt app controlled ARC room correction subwoofer, unboxed here at the Listening Post in Christchurch, New Zealand. Bit of a shout out. Mark, Corey, celebrates the fact that he is a grandfather today. Mark distributes Paradigm in New Zealand, so hey, shout out from all of the Listening Post team in Wellington and Christchurch. Lovely time as you sort of embark yet another journey in fatherhood and grandfatherhood. So congratulations, Mark. Shout out, big smiles from our team. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, subscribe to our channel.